Well, here I am again, about to discuss some further Equestria Girls oddities. These horsewomen just never cease to baffle me. I think my previous Equestria Girls video where I discussed the fundamental issues of the series and how it's just not made for somebody like me is a sufficient enough video on its own, not requiring further following up, but I have some extra points I'd like to add to the discussion nonetheless. Today I want to talk about some things in Equestria Girls that don't really have anything to do with the fundamental or structural quality of the series. These things are just observations I've made that utterly baffle me. You could call these things nitpicks, but I consider them to be a little more egregious than that. It's some odd, half annoying, half terrible sort of thing. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Who knows? Yes, horse puns. I personally love the puns in MLP. I know some people find the abundance of puns in the show a little annoying, but what can I say? My sense of humor consists of 50% puns and 50% dad jokes, so horse puns make me smile every single time. But whether you like the horse puns or not, I think we can all agree that it at least makes sense for them to be included in the show, given that Equestria is for the most part inhabited by ponies. With that knowledge, I believe we can also all agree that the use of horse puns in Equestria Girls, in the human world mind you, makes absolutely no sense at all. I seriously don't understand why the horse puns from the pony world are still present in the human world. It makes absolutely no sense. You could make the argument that the two dimensions are mirrored versions of each other, therefore having the same places and people is a given, but to that I say, yeah, they are mirrored dimensions, but why do they abide by the same rule of horse puns?
Equestria Land?
Starboard! Stallion!
My uncle can't resume.
Mount Behovius! They're the power ponies!
You don't see human-specific puns in Equestria, so why oh why does the universe carry horse puns to every dimension? For some reason, horse puns are the constant. They are the invariable constant present in each universe within the multiverse. Of course, names like the Everfree Forest are fine to leave as is because the name isn't a play on anything horse related. And I'm even okay with Canterlot High having that name, given that the school mascot is a horse and all. But everything else is a no-no. Of course, not all horse-related names are specifically puns, but I categorize them within the same umbrella term of horse pun regardless. Take the special Roller Coaster of Friendship, for example. In that special, the main theme park setting is called Equestria Land.
Experience the world like you've never seen it before at the one, the only Equestria Land!
Excuse me, what? Like I said, it's technically not a pun, but it has a name from Equestria, in this case, Equestria itself. It's very annoying. The most prominent special to feature this, at least to the best of my knowledge, is Movie Magic.
It is almost time. Once I have all 3 relics, no one will be able to stop me, and Merapor will fall. For I am Starboard Stallion!
I know they're referencing the book Daring Do and the Mark Thief of Merapor in the beginning, but why do they use the same names as in the pony version? It would be so simple to just slightly shift the names to reflect the human world. On a side note, I highly recommend the Daring Do trilogy. Every book just gets progressively better in my opinion, so check them out. Back to what I was saying. Things like the name Stalwart Stallion? What? Just change the stallion part to something else. You are not a horse. There's also the director guy, Canter Zoom, because humans totally canter, I guess. That makes sense. And the biggest thing that frustrates me is the Power Ponies callback.
I think there's been some kind of mistake.
Wait. Who are these girls? They're the power ponies!
Why, oh why, are they still called Power Ponies? Just change the pony part to something human related. Again, I must reiterate, you are not a horse. Were the writers really so lazy that they couldn't come up with a new name? Or did they actually think that keeping the horse puns and horse-related names in the human world would be charming in some weird way? I'm not exactly sure, but my guess is that they need some way to remind people, especially kids, that the Equestria Girls series is connected to the pony show. So in that regard, I suppose it makes a bit of sense. This is just my own speculation though. I'm not sure if this is at all accurate, but nevertheless, whatever the explanation may be wouldn't keep the inclusion of horse-related names from feeling incredibly forced. I could go on forever talking about this topic, but for the sake of brevity and my sanity, I think you get the point. I find the horse puns carrying over from the main show to the Equestria Girls series incredibly frustrating and confounding. Just humanize the names for God's sake, is that really so hard to do? My goodness. Legs! I actually really do like the human designs for the main 6 and the other characters. I think they look really good. But for some reason, the animators or the art department or whoever thought it would be a good idea to give everyone absurdly long legs. I think what makes their legs look so incredibly long is the fact that their bodies are disproportionate. Everyone has a tiny torso, which in turn makes the legs seem unnaturally long. I'm more or less willing to overlook, or at least tolerate, this odd design choice on most of the characters, but Rainbow Dash, oh my dear Rainbow Dash, what on earth has become of you? I think Rainbow specifically suffers the most because in these later shorts and specials she exclusively wears pants instead of dresses. The designs in the first 3 Equestria Girls movies looked good and proportional, aside from Celestia and Luna that is. And I think that's due to the skirts being the piece that tied the look together. Their skirts bridged the gap between absurdly tiny torso and absurdly long legs and created a middle ground. The comedically large boots they wore also helped hide the length of the legs. But give them pants and normal footwear and jeepers creepers burn my peepers. The flash animation doesn't really do the characters any favors either. Their stilted movement and flat appearance really rub salt in the wound. I know the animators work super hard and try their darndest to deliver a good product, but I'm afraid you have to fix the fundamental issues of the character design before doing anything else. Just extend the torso just a little bit to compensate for the legs. That's all you gotta do. I understand this could be a total me thing and I just personally don't like the aesthetics of the long leg design, but that doesn't make these legs any less grossly over elongated to me. It's the combination of the disproportional design of the characters along with the limited flash animation that creates a perfect storm of blech. Again, there's a high possibility that this could all just be me. I could simply have no taste when it comes to cartoon girls' leg sizes. Who knows? But nevertheless, I still don't like the legs. Everything else I do like. Artistically, the designs are actually really good. It's amazing how well the art department / animators translate the ponies into their human sonas. They look so good. But then you take a look below their waist and you're hit with these absurdly over elongated legs. Now, some people out there may like this long leg design, and that's completely fine. But I'm afraid I just can't find it in myself to excuse such a design. To each their own, I suppose. Again, I must say that I'm not trying to hate on anyone who has worked on the series or anything. I'm just pointing out my own personal distaste for the disproportional designs of the characters. So to conclude this discussion, I would like to say that I don't really care for the Equestria Girls series, so of course my opinions are biased. I've explained in my previous video all the nuances and intricacies of why I personally don't care for this series, so if you'd like to check it out, I'll link to it below. I would like to end by saying that if you like Equestria Girls, that is great. I admit I can be a miserable old grump sometimes, so forgive me. And like I said earlier, to each their own. Anyway, thank you for watching, have a great day.